Hello everyone, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace. Welcome back to my channel. I am here again to do another process video for my steampunk journal, of which I have shown you this cover. And I have flipped through the pages and the signatures. We're going to lay the cover aside. I have a process video on how I made the cover, and also I have part 1 and 2 of this process. And what we did last time was add a few pockets, and I also found places for a few things that I wanted to use. And today I am going to continue that process. Therefore, that's why we're calling this process. I'm not really teaching anything. I'm just turning on the camera as I work through this journal and do some of the things I want to do for it. I wanted to show you this. This is something I found in my stash, which I have had for a while. It was an envelope. Someone sent me some happy mail, and it is an envelope that she had embossed. I'm going to glue this down right here. I want to use this. I just found it the other day. I was looking for something else, and I found this, and I wanted to use it because I loved the embossing, and I thought it might work well. Where did my glue? Let me get another Kleenex. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is what I'll wipe my glue up with when I need to. And I lost the other one. So it's this embossing of dandelions, and I used ink over the top of the embossed side, and on the debossed side, this was part of the envelope, so I'm going to use this corner of the envelope. On the debossed side, I took a pencil, and I just drew in the debossed part so that you could see the image on the other side. So I want to use that somewhere. I still have a couple of pockets that I want to use. I'm still going to try to find a place for this. It's a little thicker than it might need to be. I may have to take some pages out of that. I've got some scraps that are good for clusters. This is also, I want to find a place for this image. It is going to be a flip, so I will be sewing across the top of it on the page when I find where I want to put it. And I also am going to take this apart, and we'll do that right now. Because I think I can just cut right down through here and cut off this backing. I don't want the backing on here. It's a little thick. I don't know what's inside here, if anything. And so we'll see. I may just have to do it like this. Let's see what's in here, and then I can probably pull this off. Yep, I can. This is some sort of, I like this side better, like that. That could be used in some clusters, so I will not throw that away, but I don't want it on the back of this. It kind of makes this be bulky. And I am probably going to, see, this is just a burlap. It does have a coating on it. This is a coaster for the Clinker Brick Winery. But I'm going to cut off the seams on this, and I probably will stitch around it again when I use it. I'm going to use my bigger scissors for this. I have a pair of scissors. I use this a little bit better for this kind of thing. And I'm just going to cut this down, cut off, because I don't want this underturned because it's just too thick. So if I cut down past the stitching, I can cut that off and get rid of that extra bulk. And then when I stitch around it, it'll just be around the edge. I won't turn it under or anything. And I probably will stitch around it. So that's what let me just do that so I can get that done, and then I might figure out where I want to use that more quickly. I don't think I'm going to keep all those little bits. You know, after a while, you have so many bits, you need to get rid of some of the bits. So I've got this is awfully cut awfully close. I'm going to cut this a little bit closer here. Just like that. And I may even wind up cutting the circle and cutting it into a circle. So we're going to lay that aside, and that's going to be something I'm looking for, and hopefully we can figure out where to put that. And that's the things I'm going to try to go for today. Now I thought about putting this here. It would have to go like this. I'm going to put it over the corner of wherever it goes, just like that, and I will stitch around it across the bottom and down the side to put it on. I could glue it, and I may glue it. And I think I'm going to round this corner. Let me go ahead and do that, because I think that's what I want to do. And I'm going to go ahead and ink around it while I'm at it. So I'm really just bringing you along. I'm using frayed burlap to ink. I'm just bringing you along for the process of how I think, what I think. Hopefully give you a few ideas on things that you might not have thought of to do before. And so that's just what we're here for. Just a process, and maybe you can figure out how my crazy mind works. I'm not sure I know how it works, and ask my husband, I'm sure he doesn't know how it works either. So I kind of like this. It also will give a little sturdiness to this page. So I think that's going to go there. And then this will hold like a journaling card like this. And I like that. This I came out of another one that because it made it just too bulky, but I think here in the front it won't be quite as bulky feeling. And I think I like that. I think I like that there. So we're going to leave that there for now. I will be doing some stamping all along as I get to that part. This page here is a check, blank check that companies would print their checks on. And so it has a perforation here and here. And I will need to figure out something to keep that perforation from splitting because I am afraid that it might. So we'll have to think about that. I'm not seeing anything else I want to do here in this section. I like to go through, and we're just going to be thumbing through. This is my process. I will thumb through. And that's a flip out. Okay. I thumb through and I thumb through and I thumb through and I thumb through each signature as I go, as I'm wanting to add new things, to think about where I want it, how I want it, if I want to use something, and where I might want to use it. And I just have to keep flipping back and forth. I flip over and through and again over and through and just on and on. It's over and over. Kind of like that there. I'll leave that sticking out because I'm not positive that's where I want that to be, but I kind of think I do. Or maybe, yeah, I think I like it back here better. Yes. Or here. This is the back side of where I had it on the other page. I kind of liked it next to all this. I like that whole layering thing. I like it next to this. So I may need to put it on this page, which then it can be a flip up and it could have some hidden writing space. I think I might do that. I might put it here instead. So let's just move on from there. So that's one thing in that signature. So I like to go through, put at least one thing in each signature as I go. I need to do a little collage here, and I have, let me show you what I'm thinking about. I brought this group of pictures here, and it has these little tiny, it's actually mostly little tiny pictures. And I had these, and I thought that some of these would be something I would use in here, like that would be cute to make something you see through on that. These two are too these two boys, that's too modern pictures. I wanted something more vintage looking than that. See, that's cute, but that's a little bit small. So this is just, that's kind of cute too. Not as clear a picture. That one's better. So I'm just, I'm going to use some of these things that I have. So, you know, these are called, look at this little image. These are called penny photos. And you go to the photographer, and the photographer does it, but they're just little tiny, and they put them in these little tiny cards. It's kind of like a cabinet card, but they're just very little. Here is early photos of Edwardian people. This is what the person who I bought this from had made a note of this. And this, she said, miniature ping pong photos, earliest use of 1903 secretive images shot by a photographer, photo booth not yet invented, penny photo, a mounted print of a single photo, and that's what these are. Ping pong strips. Now none of these are in a strip, but I think that here, well, no, that's glued all together. But I think these are the ping pong strips, and it's kind of like photo booth style. Antique ping pong strip of 4, penny photo on a card, and those prices are not what I paid for this, but that's what she was making note of, what these were. Okay, so I won't use these. These are thick. They're cute as can be, but I don't know. I mean, I might tuck one in a pocket or something, so I'm going to lay those aside for now. And like this is one of those ping pong photos, they called it. That is the early photo booth style pictures. So I will use that on something too. So this is going to be like, I might do this and a little piece of music here. A little piece of music under here, and just make a little collage that when this little flap is closed, this will then be what you see through the little window. And I could, or I don't have to, put, yeah, I like that. I'm doing it. I'm going to do that. Let's see. I don't want anything else. Now, on these little collages that I do like this, I usually will just do, yeah, I'm going to do that. I usually will just do, there's another one of those ping pong, two photos. There might be more in here. But anyway, I like to just use 2 or 3 things. I don't need to use a whole lot of things to collage with on a little collage like this. So I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Just make this little quick collage here. Make sure that's covered by the window. Perfect, I think. Let's make sure I've got that all in there right. Might should do this after I've gotten it sewn in to make sure I get it sewn in correctly, because that is a little precarious. It's going to go all the way to the bottom though. Yeah, I'm not going to glue this in yet because I might need to wait until I actually sew this in, because if it shifts, then it'll be off. So I'm going to gem clip this here. I do that a lot of times because I don't want to, you know, either uncertain that I want to put that particular thing there, or in the case of like this, I'm not sure if I can, that I should not put that on after I get it sewn into the book. So we're going to leave that like that. I like to put something here. That's interesting. That's got washi tape on it. I wonder what I used that for, or why. Oh, these two go together, I think. Maybe not. Okay, that's going to be some collage pieces. Okay, so that's like on a blank page like this. I'd like to do something like this that might then be a pocket, or could be an uptuck. This is a matchbook type thing there, but that's my thing for this, was that what I'm going to collage right there. So we're going to move on to something else. Let's see. Okay, I found these two images in a magazine, and I really like that. So that's going to go on a page. This typewriter, I really like that. So it's going to go on a page somewhere, but it is going to have to be one of these bigger pages like this. And I could, and I may, I could do that. I could put it on a card and make it be a pocket. I like that. I'm going to think about putting that right there, or right here. And this is a pocket, so I'll think about that. I'll leave that right there. We did that last time. Move on. Now this, I'm going to have to cut it out. I love this. This is actually from a catalog, and this is a marble track, but it looks very steampunkish to me. So I'm going to fussy cut around it, and then I can put it somewhere. And it's not going to be a pocket, it's just going to be an embellishment. It's not going to be a tag. It's just going to be on the page as an embellishment. That's what I want, because it is a catalog paper, so it's thin. And I might not cut in between. I haven't really thought about that yet. Leaving a little bit of space, going around as best I can, leaving a little bit of, I'm not sure I'm going to cut inside there. If I don't, I will ink it so that it looks more like what might be in the background, which is coffee dyed paper, or even the book pages, which I'm thinking I'm going to put this on one of those book pages, which is a good place for something like this. I'm just going kind of close, but leaving a little bit of an edge. Not that you can even see the edge, really. Because it's not much. I'm not leaving much. And as you notice, I know you've heard this before, move the paper instead of your scissors. Makes your cuts much smoother. Now, let's see how this will do if, and then I can cut it out if I decide I don't like that. I'm just going to take what is on my sponge without adding more, and I'm just going to color the inside of this white part, if you can even see what I'm doing, and decide whether or not I need to cut that out. I can do that if I need to, but to save me some time, and if this works, then I just want that to look like it's the background of whatever paper it's on. So let's check that out and see if I accomplished that. So I'm wanting to put that on like a page like this, that it would just be, now see, that's not bad, because it's kind of the color of the background, even though you don't see print through it. I really don't mind that at all, and I'm thinking that it is just going to be an embellishment. And then I might do some labeling and, or some other stuff around it, or I might not. It might just be on there like that. I like that. So that's the one thing I'm putting in there. And let's see. I have these two belly bands, which I had told you about these the last time. They were to make cards with, and I kind of like that there. Let's see what I think about it on this side. Yeah, I like this color with this. This is a little different blue, but this blue is about the blue of that, so I think I like that. Yep, I think I'm going to do that. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Yep, I'm going to do that. So on this, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. And glue that down right to this page right here. And this will be a belly band, so we'll need to make something to go inside it. I don't think I have anything at the moment to go inside that. Well, these were card fronts, and this kit came with the card base, and then this cluster, which was already put together, and so it's not layered. It looks layered, but it's not actually. You can't feel it, so it's just printed, and it had whatever the sentiment was in the middle of this little frame. So I just put this collage of stamps and book page to cover up what wasn't appropriate or didn't fit this. And the same thing on this. I put this picture. The washi tape here is covering up that sentiment, and then I covered up something else with this seal, wax seal. So I'm putting that there. And there we are. We've added a new thing to each signature. And we can either go through again, and then what I do, I think I told you this in the last video, and it works. If you've not tried this, it works really, really well, is I lay this very heavy, and this is, I don't know, it's at least 3 pounds. I've not weighed it, but they're heavy. And I put them over to the edge, and then I have this that I put over on this side. This is just a reading book when you're reading and you're trying to you know, I used to have to go to restaurants to eat by myself when I was traveling for my job. And I had this book weight so I could hold my book open while I was eating and read while I was eating. So that is all we're going to do today. That's my plan, is to come in every now and then and just pick out some more things to add to the journal for embellishment. And, you know, as I see where something is I'd like to use, I'll put it there. So I appreciate you coming along and seeing the next step in my process, and I will appreciate you coming along. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. So that's the beginning of my process. Again, this is going to, I'm not necessarily going to film every single time I work in here, but today I was here and I said, you know what, just let me, I'll just film what I'm going to do. And I may only be in here for 15 or 30 minutes, just depending on what my day is like. So anyway, I appreciate you coming along. I hope you will finish watching this process with me. I will be showing you how to sew in the signatures, what I'm going to do on the cover, what I will continue to do inside the journal. So thank you for coming along. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.